The game is a nice, simple one. It's called Hidden in My Hands. Learners need to play in pairs, and each pair needs to have 10 counters on the table, and they need to be very clear. They need to discuss it, etc. Look, we've got 10 counters on the table. And then they're going to take it in turns to be the one who does the hiding of the counters. So let's say it's the little girl's turn to be the hider. The little boy must turn away or close his eyes so he can't see what she's doing. And then she chooses to hide however many of those 10 counters as she wants to. So let's say our little girl decides to hide 4 of those 10 counters underneath her hand. When she's hidden them under her hand, she can tell him, open your eyes or turn around. And then she says, how many counters did I hide? And the little boy needs to say, I can see there's 6 left on the table, so you've hidden 4 in your hand. And then they can swap, and it's his turn to do the hiding, and so they can keep on playing. And of course, the idea here is, again, to reinforce the idea of what are the numbers that go together to make 10. So you're wanting your learners to be able to see that if there are 6 on the table, there are 4 in the hand. And the one thing you want to be doing while they're busy playing the game is you want to be doing our check for understanding, which is circulate and observe. You want to walk around and watch your learners playing, and you're going to check to see which of your learners are needing to count the number of counters, because at this point we'd like them to be able to just look and see that there are 6 counters there. And then you're also looking to see the learners who have any difficulty in trying to figure out how many counters are under the hand, because that really should be automatic. We want it to be quick and easy, 6 and 4, 7 and 3, so if they can see 6, they should immediately know 4. So look around and check and see who's having a little more difficulty, and you might want to work a little bit individually with those learners who are having that difficulty. The worksheets, again, just help us reinforce the idea of the numbers that go together to make 10. Worksheet A, have a look there again, check for understanding, circulate and observe, and see how your learners are working on this. Again, you want to be identifying those learners who are still having to absolutely count everything to be able to see what's going on. We really want to encourage our learners to start to be able to see that, for example, in that the sort of second block there where they've got 7 counters, that is 7. They can see it automatically. They don't have to count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At worst, they can go, it's 5 at the top, 2 at the bottom. It's 7 in total. So see if you can just work with learners to make sure that they're starting to get a picture of being able to see that the number of counters there is 7 and the gap is 3. So 7 plus 3 is 10. So circulate, observe, watch what your learners are doing, and spend a little bit more time with those learners who are struggling. In the B worksheet, encourage them to work across. So to first do the 1 plus 9 is 10, and then the 9 plus 1 is 10, because obviously we're wanting them to make that connection, that if you know that 2 plus 8 is 10, then you know that 8 plus 2 is 10. So working across will help them to see that. And you might want to just prompt them as you're walking around to notice that.